Hello, in this lesson 2, can we learn how to expand brackets? We can start by a simple concept where we are doing an expansion of a single bracket. So let's say, for example, you have a question like 3 into x plus 4. The main focus is to open the brackets and simplify. So what we will do, we take the value or the variable outside the brackets, then we multiply each of the variables inside the brackets with that value. Like in this case, you have 3. So we multiply 3 by x, which becomes 3x, and then we multiply 3 by 4, which becomes 12. So as you can see, we took the value outside the brackets, then multiplied it with each individual variable inside the brackets. And that's how we expand the brackets of a single bracket. But sometimes we can have a single bracket which also has a negative sign outside. So for example, in this case, we have negative 2 into 3x minus 5. So as you can note, here we have a negative sign. So how do we go about this? The first step here, we identify the sign which is inside here, this one, and we compare with the sign outside the brackets, this one. So in our case, both of them are negative. So if we have two negatives, we know a negative multiplied by a negative is positive, and a positive multiplied by a positive is positive, and a negative multiplied by a positive is negative. So in our case, we are here where we have a negative outside the brackets and then another one inside the brackets. So negative multiplied by negative is positive. So when we are expanding these brackets, this sign will change to positive. So we apply the normal expansion, but now considering this sign. So we'll have negative 2 multiplied by 3x, which now will become minus 6x, because negative multiplied by positive here is negative. 3x here is positive, though the positive is not shown here, but any number without a sign here, we take it as positive. And that's why this 3x is positive. Then we multiply by negative 2, we get negative 6. Then negative 2 multiplied by negative 5 will be positive 10. Because we said a negative multiplied by a negative is positive, and that's why this sign changed. And then we take 2 multiplied by 5, which is 10. And that becomes the solution of this question. Though we can also change it like this. We say it is 10 minus 6x. Both of them are just about the same thing. Sometimes we can have multiple variables inside the brackets. Like for example, in this case, we have x and y. Then outside the brackets, we have 5. So it means, unlike here where we are dealing with only x, here we have x and y. So how do we expand this one? Expansion of this one is just easy because we follow the same process where we take 5 multiplied by all the variables inside the brackets. And we start with these 2x, which now we take 5 multiplied by 2x, which becomes 10x. When minus, we take 5 multiplied by this y, which now becomes 5y. And that's how we expand this question if it has two variables inside the brackets. Can you pause for a minute and see if you understand exactly what we have done before we go to the next advanced concept where we have to expand two brackets or double brackets. Well, so sometimes you can be taught to expand questions where we have two brackets. Like in this case, for example, in question 4, you are taught to expand x plus 3 in brackets, then x plus 5 in brackets. How do we go about it? Just as we did with the single brackets, here we take each of the values or the variables in the first brackets and we multiply each of them with the variables in the second brackets. Like for example, in this case, we have x, so we take x, then we multiply that x with all the values in the second brackets, which is x plus 5. Then again, take 3, and because 3 here is positive, I'll say plus 3. Then multiply again with all the brackets, with all the variables inside the second bracket. So it's x plus 5 again, like that. So it becomes x multiplied by this x, which becomes x squared, then plus this x multiplied by this 5, which is 5x, then again plus 3 multiplied by x, which is 3x, and then plus again 3 multiplied by 5, which is 15, like that. But you see these 5x and these 3x are like terms. So what we do, we add them. So it becomes x squared plus 5x plus 3x, which is 8x, then plus 15. And that becomes the solution of this question. Can we try another example? Here in question 5, we have x minus 4 into x plus 7. Can we try to expand that one? As usual, we take all the variables in the first brackets, we multiply with all the variables in the second brackets. So here we start with x, this one. We multiply by all the variables inside the second brackets, which is x plus 7. Then the second one here is negative 4. So I put negative 4 there into, again, x plus 7, like that. So x multiplied by x is x squared, then plus x multiplied by 7 is 7x, then minus, because this is negative, 4 multiplied by x is 4x, then again minus, because negative multiplied by positive here is negative, minus 28, because 4 by 7 is 28. Then becomes x squared, 7x minus 4x is positive 3x, then minus 28. And that becomes the solution for this question. And we try the final example. Here in question 6, we are taught to expand 3x minus 2 into 2x plus 7. As usual, the first step is to take all the variables in the first brackets, we multiply with this in the second brackets. So in this case, we have these 3x into 2x plus 7. Then this is negative 2, so we put negative 2 there. And then we multiply with 2x plus 7, like that. So 3x multiplied by 2x becomes 6x, but now squared, because here we have x and here we have x, so it's like multiplying x multiplied by x, which is x squared, but we also have 3 by 2, which is 6. Then plus 3x multiplied by 7, which is 21x. Then minus 2 multiplied by 2x, which is 4x, and minus 2 multiplied by 7, which is minus 14. Then, since we have 6x here, 6x squared plus 21 minus 4x is 17x, then minus this 14 here. And that becomes the solution for this question. So if you don't understand anything in this lesson, you can leave a comment. You can ask me any question. I'll try to solve to my level best and explain to you. And bye for now. Let us meet in the next lesson.